I'm going to teach you everything you need to know about how this freaking Les Paul works. This actually will work for a lot of different kind of guitars. A lot of the same kind of concepts about tone and volume tend to overlap, but this is specifically for the Les Paul with the two humbuckers here. We're going to talk about this little knob here, this tone knob, what kind of sounds it produces and why. We're also going to talk about all four of these knobs, what they're associated to, and how to use them in popular context. Okay, so to really get into it, basically what you've got here on your Les Paul is a couple of knobs, of course. So before we even get to that though, you want to know about these pickups, okay? So the pickups are really just associated with just different knobs. This is your bridge pickup. This is going to get you a little bit more bite. You're accessing that by clicking the knob all the way south. In this case it says treble. So here's what that sounds like. It's got some bite to it, right? A little higher end kind of stuff in terms of the tone. And then you got the neck pickup, which is accessed all the way up north. And that's going to get a little bit of a warmer tone. Right? Those power chords are just a little bit bassier, right? And so that right there is giving you more of a darker, low-end, bassier sound. That's kind of a brighter, more biting sound, okay? And then you've got this guy in between, basically kind of accessing both of those at the same time, a little middle ground, right? Right? Now we're going to get too in depth on some of the other aspects of what's happening in terms of sharing those. But for now, I'm just going to get some basics, and I want to talk about some of the common ways in which you can use those, but not before getting into the dials here themselves. Okay? So if I'm all the way up on, let's just go right down south where we started. I'm on the treble, right? Well, if I play a chord and I bring this knob all the way down to 0, obviously it goes to 0. That's because this knob right here, the one furthest down, is associated with when my knob is going all the way down. So that's your volume. Then right next to it is the tone. Check out what this tone sounds like. Sounds like it's underwater, right? Most guitar players who are playing rock and blues and stuff don't tend to mess with that too much, usually keeping it around a 9 or a 10. In my experience, I usually tend to forget it's even there. I just keep it maxed out and I use my volume more than anything. Sometimes with my volume, I might want to cut things back a little bit, depending on my amp, the effects, what's going on with the room. So that was volume just down a hair from 10. Here's back at 10. Now, if I've got distortion on or any kind of effect, when it's at 10, it tends to pull a little bit more out of that effect itself. This really just kind of helps to put things down a notch. So sometimes I'll keep my gain on depending on the gig or what's happening, and I'll just use this to lower, and so now it sounds a little bit clean. And also, of course, brings the volume down, which sometimes works great for a show. If I'm playing chords, got a little bite on it, right? And when I got to cut for my lead, it's perfect because I got a little volume boost, so I rise above the band, and now I'm kind of able to cut through and get a little bit more bite. So that's one of the ways that you might see someone use it. And so yeah, of course, I'm accessing the bridge pickup. It's going to sound brighter, and these two are going to kind of call the shots in terms of some of the more dynamic aspects of that. But overall, you're going to get a bright tone. If I bring it, boom, all the way north, I'm now using the neck pickup, which is going to be warmer, and that's volume and that's tone for that. Same exact stuff, right? So if I bring my volume all the way to 0, obviously you've got no volume. Same thing with the tone knob. Sounds like it's underwater, as opposed to right. And so if you're playing jazz or something like that, you can usually play with those knobs a little bit and really tuck your guitar tone back a little bit. But other than that, pretty much want to keep those maxed out for the most part, I would recommend. And of course, get some dynamics here in the same aspect as you were doing with your bridge pickup. You can do with your neck pickup. So here's just down about like an 8. Here it is down about a 6. Here's about 10. right? So again, that pulls a little bit more of that tone. Now, classically, this was kind of set up to where you could play rhythm here, as it says rhythm, and then treble was when you want to take a solo and cut through the band a little bit. Little brighter tones would help to have the audience hear you. So I would play, say, when the lead came in, that really kind of makes this dynamics happen. It's a difference. Doesn't mean you have to do that. If you want to play all your rhythms here, sounds great. It's really nice and inviting for those aggressive sounding power chords. And of course, if you want to take a lead and you want to bring it up here, you can definitely do so. And that's something I tend to enjoy, is those warmer tones. So if you like warmer tones, I keep it there most of my shows. And of course, there's always the in-between. If you just kind of, well, I don't like either one, I want to find that balance, absolutely cool. And you can keep it there all night as well. Really just comes down to experimenting and listening, and that will give you your true answer. There's no one real right answer. The right answer is what you think sounds cool, what you think sounds good. That's all that matters. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. Please like, subscribe, share, and I'll see you in the next video.